everyone. Tonight I'm going to be making a lot of soap. I actually have a bridal shower order. For my bride, she wants to do heart soap with pomegranate and lilac. And then I'm going to be doing one of my bars that I've done before, which was sand and surf. I actually got some pumice powder, and I'm going to be using that in the sand portion of my bar for an exfoliation for people. I got these great new micas. I'm really excited about these from Nurture Garden. For sand and surf, we're going to be doing blue and yellow. And then my bride wants a peach and green. Those are her wedding colors. So I've used pomegranate, zesty lime, and basil herb before from Indigo Fragrance, but I've never used lilac. So I'm going to go ahead and see how that reacts in my soap. I'm going to go ahead and continue with the process. I have my lye separated for both batches, and I have my oils separated for both batches. When you're doing big batches like this, it's best to be as prepared as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with the process, and I'll bring you back to show you the steps. Alright, so I came back from outside for mixing my lye. I always mix my lye outside because you do need to use lye safety precautions, gloves, goggles, mask, in a well-ventilated area. I have my oils. They're cooled down to about 110 degrees. And I have my lye in an ice bath because it was still at like 130, 135. So I need that to cool down to match the temperatures of my oils. I'm going to be doing sand and surf first. Again, here's my pretty micas that I just got. We'll be doing blue to mimic the water and yellow to mimic the sand. And I'm putting pumice in this loaf in the sand part. And then I'm going to use basil herb and zesty lime. I've already actually made this type of bar, and these scents work beautifully together, and they held up beautifully in my soap. I'm also going to do a little detail on the top. It's going to be a little white wave. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with the process. After I do sand and surf, I'll be doing my hearts, and I'll walk you through that process as well. Alright, I'm getting ready to bring my oils up to trace. This again is for sand and surf. I'm going to then split it into two separate batches and then one smaller batch so I can do the white for the wave effect on top. Again, I'll walk you through the steps as I go. I'm going to have to put the camera down now, and I'll bring you back when I mix the colors. Alright, I haven't added the fragrance oils yet, but here is the blue. It's kind of like a seafoam green, and here is going to be the sand, my yellow. I'm going to add the pumice to this portion. You have to make sure you bring it to a medium trace so the pumice, it doesn't drop to the bottom. It actually just sits right in the middle of the soap. I'm going to go ahead and add the pumice, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the fragrance oil. I'm going to be using a full ounce of basil herb and a full ounce of zesty lime. So I'll go ahead with the process, and then I'll get it in the mold and show you what it all looks like. Alright, here's sand and surf. Everything held up really nicely. I went ahead and did the little wave effect on top and added some shimmer glitter, if you could see it in the light here. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside for 24 hours. Again, I've used these scents before, so they held up just as nicely as they did the last time. No ricing, no setting up my color, no setting up my soap. And the smell in here smells so good. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the hearts. I got to clean up a little bit first, and then I'll go ahead and work on the hearts, and I'll show you those as well. Alright, so I'm on to my second batch of soap. I went ahead and just cleaned up my work area. Again, I've already used pomegranate in my, another previous batch, and it worked beautifully. So my new one tonight is going to be Lilac by Indigo Fragrance. And I'm going to see and make sure it doesn't set up my soap, that it doesn't discolor my soap, that the scent holds up. Again, this is for a bridal shower. My bride wants the two scents in two separate colors. So I'm going to be doing peach. I know it looks like a muddy brown, but it is like a fiery peach mica. And then I got this green mica. Those are going to be her colors. And we'll probably do pomegranate in the peach and the lilac in the green. And we're going to do two separate containers so that the scents stand alone by themselves, and then we'll do like an in the pot swirl because she wants the colors mixed. I'm going to go ahead and mix my lye in with my oils, bring it up to trace, and then I'm probably going to go ahead and mix the scents and the colors, and then I'll bring it back to show you how everything held up, and then we'll put it in the mold. All right, here are my hearts. Everything's set up beautifully. I kind of got a little sloppy with the mold, but it's going to come out great. I'm going to go ahead and put this aside for 24 hours, and then we'll uncut it. Correction, we'll unmold it, and you'll see what the bars look like. Thanks for watching. Okay, it's been 24 hours. It's time to unmold the hearts and sand and surf. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like out of the mold.